I know that um, from the way I described things to my shrink those few days ago that I told you about, it made him think that I wasn't actually bipolar, because like my mood swings are not frequent enough to be that. They're probably just other things, which very well could still just be depressive disorder, if it's just by days. So after that, I just kind of believed it. Guess that makes sense. I know I did act very bipolar in the past, where like a slight thing could tick me off, the smallest thing possible, like an hour. I would have like Ray this morning, and then my friend says one thing I don't like, and simply I'm yelling at him and trying to throw things at him. That happened a lot through eighth grade, with like the only person I was close with too, because I wasn't on good terms with everyone else I knew, actually. But today was a weird one. You guys heard about what happened the other day. Very depressive day. Today I don't exactly know what happened, but sorry, my nose sounds stuffed. It sounds like I'm about to cry. My nose is just stuffed. I don't know why. It just kind of happened out of nowhere. Um, but um, what was fuck? Wait. Sorry, my mind's not working. Yeah, so today I don't know what was going on, but towards like the morning, I wasn't feeling that good, and it was weird. I was spacing out a lot through first block in the theater, and I had to do my scene, and I wasn't feeling very good about it. I feel like I didn't do my best, and I just had to live with it. And I still wasn't feeling good after that. I thought I was starting to get better by that point. Hyped myself up to get on stage and then doing that for rehearsal. And then it was just. So yeah, I didn't feel better after that. And then you remember my friend was talking about how, like, I'm not used to birthdays, and I got her upset that I didn't represent hers, which I literally didn't know was that day at all. It was. But, then she feels the need to continue talking about it. Like, she'd already, like, I think she told a few people about it the day it happened, but then, once again, today, she tells more people about it again in front of me. I'm already really fucking stressed by that point. So the moment the bell rings, I just storm out of the class, grab my stuff really fast, and just, like, walk right out. I don't wait on a single person. Because, like, usually I walk out with my friends. Um, no, I didn't do that. I just went completely alone. Tried to make sure that they couldn't catch up. Honestly, through the entire day, that person was actually annoying me. Like, not even doing anything to me directly, just listening to her and, like, the things she was saying and doing. She was really fucking annoying to me, that for some reason. I don't know why. I was just really pissed off at this person. Just in general. So I get to my second class, and I'm not doing the best in there. Very low energy, low mood. And that's how that goes. And then, third block, still, like, more mellow. It's not, like, as, like, low mood or low energy. I'm very mellow through it, how I described it. And I felt a bit better during lunch with my friends, because I decided that by that point I wasn't, like, bad enough for me to feel the need to, like, avoid them. So I decided to go with them. So yeah, I got better through the day, but for some reason, gradually, while being at home, I just felt worse and worse and kept thinking about things. And I was recently thinking again about the fact that all of my friends, I'm probably not going to see them past high school. and that got me really upset. And I know a lot of them are so close, they already do things outside of high school right now that they never invite me to. So, that thing I'm saying, where like I'm probably not gonna see them past high school, they're gonna still see each other past high school, and I'm not gonna see any of them. And then I'll just be alone, like I am every other time. Because, like, my friends through middle school don't talk to, like, most of them. Like, I could probably count on one hand the ones I still talk to. And it's not even that frequent with any of them. I don't feel like eating dinner today. I decided that, like, a few hours ago. I'm probably not going to. I haven't actually skipped in a long time. I always feel like like, the sense like I do that. I don't know. Just like I don't have it, but no, I always do have it just because I know I'm gonna get flamed by my mother if I don't. But I don't feel like it this time. But yeah, I was getting really upset, like gradually, probably help now that about the idea of like I feel very not understood by them. Like they don't view me properly. Like I'm left out of everything, and they just don't like think about the fact that like of all the friends that I kept using as like my lifeline, where I would talk to them about my problems anytime I needed to. How every single time, after a while, they just stopped responding every time, and I just don't like talking to them about it anymore. That's why I've been going back to these videos again. I I don't have people to talk to about this stuff. This light is devil. I've no one to talk to about this stuff, so that's why I record these things. Cause like, I don't. Everyone just stops at some point. They all just like stop caring. It's just too much for them. Like, why worry about it? Like, this like this one person who was the first to notice that I was having some weird addiction and doing like prescription abuse. The only person that actually noticed it as it was happening. I've talked about this so much about how like they made me have to like call them directly whenever I was feeling really bad, like I was gonna go back to pills or like cut myself. And that happened. That happened quite a lot. I had to call them a lot when I got close to that point, and a few times I actually did do it. But gradually, they stopped really sounding like they cared until there was one week they seemed incredibly upset at me, and I just decided not to keep talking to them about any of this stuff. And I don't like talking to them about this stuff, and I've drifted from this person a lot, and I hate it because every time I describe them in my mind, it's like they're not. I don't hate this person, but something deep down in me feels like it does feel that way. Like I don't know. I just know they don't feel that way. They don't hate me in any way at all. The drift is a natural thing that was unnoticeable to them, but to me, I've been worrying about it for like months. So I'm not making conversations in general with this person anymore. I still get like a good amount, but like still not a good amount, but, like a few occasionally. God, I hate my nose right now. This is my second Gala Monster today. I'm not supposed to have two in a day. My shrink's concerned about me having like even one every single day. But, oh well. So yeah, that friend who literally knew that I would cut myself and was observing the prescription abuse and was scared of me either killing myself or accidentally overdosing. And I just stopped like really seeming to care about this stuff, so I stopped talking to this person. Then someone else then I made a very bad joke about something to another friend that I've known for quite a while, and he figured out stuff was going on, and he made me tell the whole story. And then he told me to keep telling him about new stuff as it happened, and gradually he stopped responding to everything, and it didn't feel good about like how I kept telling him new problems every time I felt bad about something, and he just doesn't respond at all. Because he would respond to other things in between that weren't about that, like just random messages. Like if I'm telling a joke or an actual question, he'd respond, but if I vent to him, he didn't say anything after a while. So like I stopped at that. This is the kind of stuff that keeps happening. It happens every time. And in general, I was just thinking about the fact that like generally hating the world and hating everyone because of the idea of, like, I really feel like I'm not understood at all. I talk about this a lot in videos about how, like, you know, no one views me as queer. I'm not even talking about that this time. That was like just barely on my mind with this. It's just in general. That friend I was talking about upset with me at the birthday, they're telling other people. In general, I was feeling terrible this morning. And this person keeps trying to do things I don't want to do with any of this stuff. Friend calls me a fucking buzzkill when I feel like I could turn depressive again. You keep saying like just how I have so little joy. Fuck you. I don't like being called I don't want to be called a buzzkill just for being depressed. I'm really annoyed by that person, genuinely. Anyways, I got here and I tried ignoring things. I stopped doing what I was doing because like I was doing like a little task that's like very calming, and because of that, that means I'm able to think thoughts in between without struggle. So so I still kept feeling worse no matter how much I kept trying to pay attention to this, to the point where I just slammed everything down. I stopped what I was doing, just decided, you know what, let's not do this, let me clear my head. I went back to my bass because I learned a new song. I taught myself a new song a few days ago, so I was practicing it. And then I decided, like, hey, I'm pretty good at this now. I can play this pretty well now. How about I record this and put it on my portfolio channel? And it keeps going wrong the entire time, several things. And I'm so upset to the point where, after a bit, everything happens in like a sequence at the very last like section of me trying all this stuff, and it feels too deliberate. I'm genuinely thinking the world itself, not even the world, fucking the gods or something are doing some. I literally fucking yelled at my ceiling, yelling at the fucking gods out there. And if people saw me yelling at a group of things that no one else sees or understands, that doesn't seem real, I'd be sent to a fucking psych ward. You see why I don't talk about paganism so openly? If I talk about this whole pantheon of things that no one can see, that I believe in, that I think controls everything, they think I'm fucking delusional. Look at this, I'm genuinely upset at them because I'm clearing my fucking head. Like, during the first attempt of recording, I went like maybe around halfway through before I couldn't breathe out of nowhere. I genuinely was not able to breathe. Everything felt weird. I felt terrible physically, just slightly, to a point where I couldn't even describe it to myself or like conceptualize it. I had to, if my playing was drifting, I had to stop. I don't know if I actually caught what I said on that recording. I don't know. That's all I got on the on the. I stopped recording after just saying I can't breathe. Okay, whatever. And there's this too. Okay, now I cut it before doing anything. I don't know, it's just whatever. Doesn't matter. Everything kept happening. So much stuff was going on. It felt so deliberate. I was genuinely convinced that like the gods were telling me to stop doing this because I'm just putting more stuff on myself. I'm just like, this is a distraction. So let me do it. I'm yelling at them. I want to be put in the psych ward, honestly. Get me away from everything. I don't remember when exactly. I think it was after I stopped my task. A bit before the base stuff I took. I always think it was like individual ones. I'd say 2 pills, but it's technically just 1 pill because they're all cut in half. And then I felt really upset with base, but I took 2 more. I don't know. I was feeling really upset and down, so I took 2 pills. That's why. And then that I got really upset and just wanted to like drown everything out. Took 2 more. So I got a total of technically 2, but I think of it as 4. I don't know. I guess I never fully got off that. That's like an occasional thing. I haven't done it in a while, but still, it's kind of an occasional thing. I don't know. I don't feel good though, you know? I have another Monster can in here. I'm not gonna drink it tonight, obviously. It's like very late, so like I have to go to sleep at some point. I'm not finishing another one. I just have it hidden in here because my fuck ass father is secretly stealing my cans. He steals food a lot around this house. And it just kind of keeps it to for himself without saying anything and never giving it back. He'll steal a bag of chips from us and then keep it in his office and then not close it in any way so they go stale the next day and they're just gone. And he does the same thing when we have fruits. One time we had a watermelon, we didn't yet cut it, and he cut just like a slice out of the watermelon. Like he cut it in half and then cut a slice out of it and just left the other half and the weird half out in the open where they almost went bad that day. So I literally had to take time out of my day to cut the entire watermelon into a bunch of cubes like we usually do so that I can put them in a box and put them in a refrigerator so they don't go bad before anyone gets to try them. And guess what happened the next fucking day? He steals the box, eats like most of the watermelon in there, and then leaves the rest of it in the box in his office, lid off, and they go bad. I don't get to try any of them. He does that so much. Here's the thing. He also said to my mother that he's on a diet. So he's gonna stop eating dinner, and so he wants her to stop preparing dinner for him so that he can figure that stuff out. Just for him to like, that was entirely a lie. He's bringing a bunch of dinner plates from unknown sources in every day. You see a bunch of plates and paper plates around his office and paper plates in the trash all of a sudden. There was 2 pizza boxes downstairs. Could have been him, could have been my brother, could have been both of them. I'd believe it. I didn't know they were there until this morning. I got told about it by my mother. I was like, there's pizza boxes in there? I didn't know that. Bro, I've never even seen a Domino's box before. Why is there multiple M's on the side of it? I don't understand that. But, it probably was both of them. They do this very often. They both order pizza for themselves and usually don't offer it. But occasionally they do. Weird ass shit. So it seems like he was just lying to not have to eat my mother's food, honestly. I had to sew my sock together because I got the worst rug burn ever. So there's a bunch of holes in it. Had to fix it earlier. So that's interesting. It's very comfortable now, actually. I feel like every time I put patches on these things, they're actually slightly more cozy. Sewing is an interesting thing, you know? Oh, my bracelets were there. I didn't even realize. I never went in depth. Right before I got off this, what I was talking about when I said, like, I feel not understood by my friends, I just mean, like, I feel like they're not realizing I'm depressed or going through anything. So they just go about things normally, and they just don't understand that I can't handle this kind of shit. I don't want to deal with you people anymore. And I feel like if I ever had to explain it to them, it would make no sense to them. Because, fucking, you don't like depressed. I'm masking it. You still make jokes occasionally. Fuck, you expect me to be sulking or something? Like, obviously, I'm not gonna fully act. Obviously, I'm still showing signs, though. That's the thing. It's not like I'm gonna say I'm depressed and then act all happy and giddy all day. No, it's hard to cover up. I swear there was blue on this before. Yeah, I keep imagining scenarios of arguing and yelling at my friends very often. Gross.